Oh boy. Hey, Tig.
Wow.
We did it.
Dang.
Hot
Wow.
damn.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Dang.
It is
Yeah,
good to be back.
that felt
Yeah.
great. That was fun.
Lots of really just smart decisions and use of your time, honestly. You guys just really handled that pretty well.
I think
Wow.
we're being really smart about splitting the party.
I think you've been,
We've
not
done
only have
it
you been smart
so
about
much.
that, not only have you been smart about that, but you have chosen most of the time to just tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been
Which
it
is
is
shocking.
rewarded.
Something my dad taught me.
Because if you guys would have tried to come up with a lie or make Morton it would have gone way worse. I think. I think personally, I don't know. The fates would have decided a little bit with the dice, right? But I do
Luce
think
doing silent image to make it look like that was sick. That was
really
so cool.
Yeah,
That,
honestly,
I think was one of my favorite moments.
if you guys weren't telling the truth, that would have been such a clutch moment.
Oh,
Them just you expecting them to walk in and see a body, but they just see this clean apartment. Like, what a clutch moment! But it ended up being that you did want them to see the body.
And then it was the opposite. We were like, oh no, where's the body?
It's clean.
But Luce being like, I didn't want to sit here alone with a melted face. Like, I was just like, oh shit, she's not shit. Like, she's fallible.
Yeah.
She has that was.
Yeah,
we're learning
agree.
little things like that. About
I loved the scenes, the 3 scenes before meeting at Vera's. All of those were great. That was awesome. Like you said, you're getting to learn a little bit more about each of the characters, which is a lot of fun, and a little bit more about their backstories too. It was such a little moment, and we'll probably get into a little bit more. But even Will, when he was like, "I'm from Navarre." Like, that little moment of, what does that mean? Like, do I need to, am I okay? Like, just that one little moment of, what's the world like? Oh, and also, speaking of world, I loved that you got to see that, the world will continue on without you. And that Avaya's blessing stuff, you were made aware of that in session 2. And of course, why would you have gone to investigate it? Why would you? But and I didn't plan for you to be honest. I did I would have been I knew what was going on, so I would have been ready for it. But I didn't have a battle map for it, right? I didn't expect it to happen because I expected
cool to think that
exactly. I expected it to be this moment. I expected it to be a thing that would happen later where you're we can't do everything. No matter what we do, there's going to be things that fall through the wayside, or things that we can't figure out, or things that we can't discover in time, And I like that. I think that's fun to discover about oneself. And
should we play next week?
we should, I think. I think we should play next week.
Cool.
And you guys, I felt like I just did a lot of talking. Anybody else have any other thoughts? I feel like
Do we want to guess? I think I know what the...
I know, before we get to that,
I
just wanted to see if we have any other... Just because, I feel like it's always me chatting.
It was just I just felt like it was a good, session to get back into stuff. It was...
I agree, yeah. And I will say I am kind of excited because... Obviously, you can, you'd be dumb if you didn't see that. Sorry. Obviously, there's clearly, things leading you to, what your next steps are going to be and, where you're going to start looking
I'm really excited to do the fighting other parties.
Yeah, clearly you're going to do some stuff at the festival. Clearly, after the festival, something's going on up north. You know what I mean? There's clearly all these things. But... even though
Luke flat out said he wants to get out of the city.
Yeah, but that's what I was about to say, is that even though that stuff is very clear, I am excited to see the party successfully discover and solve something and have that success and then go find something after that. You know what I mean? Rather than it being a continuing thing.
Totally. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, is I like that even with the serpents and stuff, it's we've gotten a couple wins you've planned for us, and this last win was a win, but it also has a lot of open doors in itself of there's more symbols now that we don't know. There's more connections to now a lot of different things, and then there's also an assassination that just happened in the city that we're okay, well, what does that mean?
It's you guys are having your movies, and then there's a bunch of end credit scenes that are clearly leading to something that's going to happen later, but your movies are still getting solved, It's been, you guys have been doing a great job. Okay, so because Matt has yet to guess one,
yes, I was going to say,
give Matt the first chance. Matt, what do you think it is?
talk about a blooper.
It wasn't talk about a blooper, but it was blooper. That's correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally, genuinely, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it as loud and blatantly as possible. And if you go back to that clip, it's literally just me go talk about a blooper. Like I just
Yeah, because someone
I
rolled
screamed
bad,
it.
and you
I
said
did.
blooper, and I was like, that's not really a blooper to roll.
I saw Michael write it down. I knew Michael had it, so I wanted to give you a chance. But yeah. So,
And I thought you were just making fun of my terrible rolls.
No, I don't care about your terrible rolls. I think that they are great. So Matt, that is EM inspiration for you as well. Only rule is that you have to use it next session as a reminder.
Okay, that's my third inspiration.
Okay, brag about it. Okay, I love you all, and I hope you have a great week. And please, if you're still here, tune in tomorrow at Michael's Marvels. I cannot wait for it. But we'll see you next time.
Things ended so lately.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.
It's just very light and fun, nothing else.
And it's great, and just things are great, okay? And we love you, and finger guns.